Stocks take a plunge on Wall Street with the Dow losing 1,000 points today.
Investors around the world are concerned about what all of this could mean. Joining us now, Dr. Ernie Goss, an economics professor with Creighton University. Dr. Goss, thanks so much for joining us again.
Well, thanks for having me. Good to be here.
Dr. Goss, first thing we got to ask you, what is your take on the downfall today?
Konisha, the fear gauge, the financial fear gauge rose to its highest level since the pandemic. And what started this was the downfall or the plunging of the Asian markets, particularly Japan moved, the financial market, stock market moved to its lowest level since 1987. Well, that infected our markets. And of course, we had the announcement today that Berkshire Hathaway sold about 50% of its Apple stock. And of course, the Fantastic 7 or the Fantastic 10 took a plunge after that. And the entire market, even including gold, moved lower for the day.
Now, we've heard a lot about the Fed expecting to lower interest rates later this year. Does this signify any kind of trouble with hopes of that happening?
Well, it makes it more likely to happen. I don't think there'll be an intermeeting cut, but they meet again. The Fed meets they'll meet in Wyoming, and they'll talk about it. But I think we'll get certainly get a rate cut in September. September the 18th is when that's coming. It may be a 50 basis point cut. That would be a half a percentage point. So mortgage rates are going to be moving lower. So that's the good news. We're going to see prime interest rate will move lower on September the 19th, move down by 50 basis points or half percent. So automobile loans will get cheaper in terms of interest rates.
For people who do invest and hold stock, what's your advice to them as the markets keep moving?
Don't panic. This is no time to panic. If you have a long-term outlook, you're going to be just fine. Panicking is the worst thing you could do, selling into this downturn. Unfortunately, most investors buy when things are going well, fear of missing out. So you keep buying when you sell at the high. That's no time to be selling. So don't panic. Things will be okay in the long term. Now, the question is what's one's long term and short term? That depends a lot on the individual's age, of course.
Dr. Goss, times like this are obviously tough, or days like this are tough. Is this abnormal, though?
It's not abnormal, but as I said, the VIX, the financial fear gauge, rose to its highest level since the pandemic. So it does signify, of course, I think, of a slowing economy. And we at Creighton, we do 2 monthly surveys, and they've shown that the midsection of the country is already slowing down. The U.S. economy is slowing down. But it's really too early to say a recession right now, but we are looking at definitely slower growth ahead, and the Fed is going to be moving interest rates lower, and that's the good sign for those who borrow, good signal for those who are borrowers.
All right, Dr. Ernie Goss with Creighton, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.